In this lecture, I am going to teach you theories of failure. In general, failure theories are used to identify the condition in which the material fail when it is subjected to external loading. There are 5 theories of failures are there. We will see one by one. The first and most important theory is maximum principal or normal stress theory. So this theory is also called as Rankin's theory. The failure or yielding occurs at a point in a member when the maximum principal or normal stress in a biaxial stress system reaches the limiting strength of the material. When a system is subjected to external loading, then the stress is produced on the system. All the materials have its yield strength. When the maximum stress at any point on the system exceeds the yield strength of the material, then the material will break. The equation is sigma 1 is equal to sigma y divided by n. Okay, so since we are dealing with biaxial stress system, there will be 2 stress components, that is x direction and y direction. So by combining the x and y direction, we are going to calculate the normal stress, that is maximum principal stress. So when the maximum principal stress is above the yield strength, then the material will break. So here n is the factor of safety. So for all the materials, the n should be minimum of 1. Then the next theory is maximum shear stress theory. So this theory is called as Guest theory or Tresca's theory. According to this theory, the failure or yielding occurs at a point in a member when the maximum shear stress in a biaxial stress system reaches a value equal to the shear stress at the yield point. Okay. So all the materials have some yield stress values. So when we apply external load on any component, so if the maximum stress at any point of the component exceeds the yield strength of the material, that is yield strength, shear strength of the material, then the material will break. So the equation is tau max is equal to tau y divided by n. We know that tau max is equal to sigma 1 minus sigma 2 divided by 2. And according to the maximum shear stress theory, tau y is equal to sigma y divided by 2. So I am substituting it. Tau y is equal to sigma y divided by 2 and n. So 2 will get cancelled. Finally we will get sigma 1 minus sigma 2, that is equal to sigma y divided by n. The next theory is maximum principal strain theory or Saint Venant's theory. So according to this theory, the failure or yielding occurs at a point in a member when the maximum principal strain in a biaxial stress system reaches the strain at yield point. Okay, so when the external loading is applied, if the maximum principal strain on the component exceeds the strain at the yield point, then the material will break. Okay, we know that strain is equal to sigma by E. So this is the strain in one direction minus gamma into strain in another direction. So this gamma is Poisson ratio, that is lateral strain divided by longitudinal strain, that is equal to sigma y divided by E into n. Okay, so E will get cancelled. Finally we will get sigma 1 minus gamma into sigma 2, that is equal to sigma y divided by n. The next theory is maximum strain energy theory or height theory. So according to this theory, the failure occurs at a point in a member when the strain energy per unit volume in a biaxial stress system reaches the strain energy at yield point per unit volume. So when the strain energy per unit volume of at any point on the component exceeds the strain energy at the yield point, then the material will break. So this is the equation for maximum strain energy theory: sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square minus 2 gamma sigma 1 sigma 2, that is equal to sigma y divided by n the whole square. Then the last theory is maximum distortion energy theory or von Mises theory. So this theory is mostly used in our mechanical applications. The failure or yielding occurs at a point in a member when the distortion strain energy per unit volume in a biaxial stress system reaches the distortion energy at yield point per unit volume. So when the distortion energy per unit volume exceeds the distortion energy at yield point, then the system will break. Okay, so this is the equation for maximum distortion energy theory. Sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square minus sigma 1 sigma 2, that is equal to sigma y divided by n the whole square. So this is all about the theories of failure. So by using these theories of failure, we can identify the condition at which any material will fail under the application of external load. So these equations are there in your data book. I have uploaded the scanned copy of the data book for your reference. So in that, if you take page number 7.3, then these are all the failure theories. Okay. So here actually there are three stress components are there. This is actually for triaxial stress. Since we are dealing with biaxial stress, then we can put sigma 3 is equal to 0. So here sigma 1 or sigma 2, whichever is maximum, is equal to sigma y divided by n. Don't forget to put the factor of safety. So here there is no third component. So sigma 1 minus sigma 2 is equal to sigma y. Then in the maximum strain theory, it is sigma 1 minus gamma into sigma 2. Since sigma 3 is 0, we will get sigma 1 minus gamma sigma 2 is equal to sigma y. Then in the maximum strain theory, put sigma 3 is equal to 0. So this is 0, this is 0, and this is also 0. So you will get sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square minus 2 gamma sigma 1 sigma 2 is equal to sigma y divided by n the whole square. Don't forget to put the factor of safety. And in the von Mises theory, put sigma 3 is 0. So 0, 0 and 0. We will get sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square minus sigma 1 sigma 2, that is equal to sigma y divided by n the whole square. Okay. So you don't need to memorize these equations. All these formulas are available in the data book page number 7.3. With this, we'll move into the problem. I'm going to tell you a simple problem. So in this problem, we are going to use all the 5 theories. A bolt is subjected to an axial force of 10,000 Newton with a transverse shear force of 5,000 Newton. Find the diameter of the bolt required according to maximum principal stress theory, maximum shear stress theory, maximum principal strain theory, maximum strain energy theory, and finally maximum distortion energy theory. It is assumed that the permissible tensile stress at elastic limit as 100 megapascal, that is nothing but sigma y is equal to 100 Newton per mm square, and Poisson ratio as 0.3. Okay, so this is the given diagram. So you can see the drawing. This is actually the bolt. So this bolt is subjected to an axial tensile load of 10,000 Newton. Okay, so the first load is axial load, PA is equal to 10,000 Newton. Then the secondary load is a transverse shear load, that is actually direct shear. Okay, so if the two forces are acting like this, then the material will fail at this location. So this is direct shear. So PS is equal to 5,000 Newton. Then sigma y is given, it is 100 Newton per mm square, and finally the Poisson ratio is given, it is 0.3. There is no unit for Poisson ratio. Okay. So in all the theories, we are going to use sigma 1 and sigma 2. So first step, we have to calculate the maximum and minimum principal stress. So to calculate the maximum and minimum principal stress, first we should calculate the axial stress and the direct shear stress because of these two loads. So this 10,000 Newton will create a axial stress, and this 5,000 Newton will create a direct shear stress. So first we have to calculate the axial stress and the direct shear stress. Then by using these two stresses, we can calculate the maximum and minimum principal stress. So we will start with the direct stress first. So we know that the equation for axial stress is sigma A is equal to PA divided by A. So since it is a bolt, then the cross section is circular. So PA I have substituted, PA is given, it is 10,000. and A, since it is circular cross section, it is pi by 4 d square. Okay, so if you solve this equation, then you will get 12,732 divided by d square. Okay, remember that we have to calculate the diameter. So in all your values, diameter should be there. Okay, d should be there. Then the second one is the direct shear stress. We know that the direct shear stress equation is tau is equal to PS divided by A. So don't confuse the direct shear stress with the torsional shear stress. Okay, so this is direct shear stress. Tau is equal to load by area. Load is PS. PS, it is given, it is 5000 Newton, and A, since it is of circular cross section, then this is the shearing area. Okay, so if we apply the load, then it will break at this location. So the shearing area is actually a circular one. Okay, so it is pi by 4 d square. So if you solve this, then you will get 6366 divided by d square. So we have calculated the direct axial stress and direct shear stress. So now we have to calculate the principal stress. Okay, so this is the equation to find the principal stress, maximum and minimum principal stress. So according to our consideration, that is our combined stress cases, this comes under case 2, that is axial and shear. So this is the equation to calculate the maximum and minimum principal stress if we have axial and shear stress. Okay, so we have calculated sigma A and tau in the previous step. So we can substitute that. I have substituted the value of sigma A and tau in this equation. Okay, then if we put plus, then we will get, if we put plus, then we will get the maximum principal stress. If we put minus, then we will get the minimum principal stress. So this is the maximum principal stress and minimum principal stress. So now by having these two principal stress value, we can use the theories of failure. First we will start with maximum principal stress theory. So from the data book you can write the equation, that is sigma 1 is equal to sigma y divided by n. Don't memorize the equations, try to use data books. Okay, so sigma 1 is equal to sigma y divided by n. Okay, in this problem the factor of safety is not given. Okay, so if the factor of safety is not given, we should take a minimum factor of safety of 1. So you have to write, assume n is equal to 1. So remember that if the factor of safety is not given, we have to assume a minimum factor of safety of 1. So here I have assumed the factor of safety as 1. Sigma y is given, so I have substituted it 100. Sigma 1 I have calculated in the previous step, that is 15,369 divided by d square. So if I substitute sigma 1 and sigma y, then I can calculate the value for the diameter. So diameter is equal to 12.4 mm. So this is according to maximum principal stress theory. Then coming to the next theory, maximum shear stress theory. So this is the equation, sigma 1 minus sigma 2 is equal to sigma y divided by n. Sigma y value is given, we can substitute that, n is equal to 1. In the previous step we have calculated the value for sigma 1, that is maximum principal stress and minimum principal stress. So here the minimum principal stress is in negative, so I have substituted the value in negative. Okay, then we can take the d square commonly outside, so minus and minus will become plus. Take the d square outside, you will get 1 by d square 18,006, that is equal to 100. So if we solve this, then finally we will get diameter is equal to 13.5 mm. So you can see that, so in the first theory the diameter is 12.4 and here it is 13.5 mm. So there is no much difference in that. Then the next theory is maximum principal strain theory. So according to this theory, sigma 1 minus gamma sigma 2 is equal to sigma y divided by n. Okay, so substitute the value of sigma 1, gamma it is given, it is 0.3, then sigma 2, sigma y is 100, n is equal to 1. Okay, so take d square commonly outside, then minus and minus you will get plus, so this is your solution. Finally we will get d is equal to 13 mm. Okay, fine. The next one is maximum strain energy theory. So the theory is sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square minus 2 gamma sigma 1 sigma 2 is equal to sigma y divided by n the whole square. Okay, so substitute the value of sigma 1, then sigma 2, So remember that here in this equation, sigma 2 square is there, okay. So it is sigma 2 the whole square, that is minus of 2637 by d square the whole square. So that is very important, okay, whole square there. Then minus 2, gamma is 0.3, substitute sigma 1, substitute sigma 2, and tau I is equal to 100, it is 100 square, okay. So here you will get d square into square, d power 4, and here also if you multiply these two you will get d power 4. So you can commonly take d power 4 outside, and inside we will get 2.675 into 10 power 8, that is equal to 10,000. So if you solve this equation, then finally you will get d is equal to 13 mm. Here also the diameter is 13 mm. Then the next theory is maximum distortion energy theory. So it is sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square minus sigma 1 sigma 2 is equal to sigma y by n the whole square, okay. So substitute the value of sigma 1 sigma 2, then sigma 1 into sigma 2, that is equal to 100 square, okay. Then here you will get d square, d power 4, then minus, if you multiply these two, then you will get d power 4. Take the d power 4 commonly outside, inside that you will get 2.837 into 10 power 8, that is equal to 10,000. So if you solve this, then finally you will get d is equal to 13 mm. So here also the diameter is 13 mm. So one thing is very clear, the answer will be uniform in all the theories, okay. So this is how you can verify your solution. Okay, so about this problem, first we have to calculate the principal stress equations, that is principal stress, sigma 1 and sigma 2, okay. To calculate sigma 1 and sigma 2, we need the axial stress and direct shear stress, okay. So first we have to calculate the axial stress and direct shear stress, then we have to substitute it in the principal stress equation. So after substituting everything in the principal stress equation, then finally you will get the sigma 1 and sigma 2, okay. So once if you calculate sigma 1 and sigma 2, then we can substitute this sigma 1 and sigma 2 in the theories of failure equations, and you can calculate the diameters. A bolt is subjected to a tensile load of 25 kilonewton and a shear load of 10 kilonewton. So the problem is almost same. Determine the diameter of the bolt using maximum principal stress theory, maximum shear stress theory, maximum principal strain theory, maximum strain energy theory, maximum distortion energy theory. Assume factor of safety as 2.5. So here in this problem n value is given. So n is equal to 2.5. So we have to substitute the value of n in our theories of failure equation. Then the yield point stress is given, that is 300 megapascal. So sigma y is 300 Newton per mm square, and the gamma is given, it is 0.25. So the axial load is 25,000 and the direct shear load is 10,000. So first we have to calculate the sigma A and tau. Then from sigma A and tau we have to calculate sigma 1 and sigma 2. Then by using this sigma 1 and sigma 2 in theories of failure equation, finally we have to calculate the value of diameter using all the theories.